welcome back to another episode of the Insane Empire Podcast. So last time we left,
everybody's doing a vitality symbol.
Yeah, right. Last time we left on a little bit of a cliffhanger, talking about the year of the unexpected, but we wanted to go into the biggest moments. So we talked a little bit after the last one, and you wasn't quite sure because you didn't go what the big moments were. They're completely seared into my brain. Like there's very key moments that I will remember forever. And I think it's better if Jessica tells us a little bit about it.
Of course it is. It's better because I'm still traumatized. So the year of the unexpected, like it really was, I mean, these moments were make or break. And in Insane, if you're a captain, so this is all those captains, co-captains out there, like it is not an easy job. And like they put the pressure on you and like you feel the weight of like, I got to make this camp amazing for everybody. Like, you know, everybody here has been a captain at one point. Like you have to make it. And like, this was a moment, like I felt so disappointed in myself because like, I just feel like I just slammed this. But so this is the year that they started to incorporate alliances, which was kind of like foreign to me at that time. Like it was kind of like, you just like play a game, you know, like whatever, play a game, whoever wins, loses. But this year you had to form like true alliances because you couldn't get through the game without being buddy-buddy. And there was a very clear alliance between Defiant and Resolute.
Resolute Defiant.
Yeah. And so me and Juan are both kind of like solo artists. And so,
Literally.
you know, we were kind of forced into this little, you know, we had no other options because...
Which, as we talked on the last one, kind of got off to a rocky start, with the rocks.
Yes. So...
There you go. They got it. Took a minute.
But it you know, so... But we agreed, like, we had no, like, reason to not ally. You know, me, Gio, you know, and obviously my husband was on... you know, Anarchy. So I was like, yeah, of course, let's do this. And so we played a whole game at the beginning of the day. It was like a relay obstacle course kind of deal. But the trick was, and that was the unexpected portion, was that your team captain had to lead the opposite team. So I had to lead Anarchy that day. And then Juan had to lead, I think Juan had to lead Vitality. You know, it was like a flip-flop everywhere. And that was so rough because nobody wanted to follow me. Like nobody wanted to do it. And I don't know how it went for like you guys. Like I don't know.
It went amazing.
Yeah,
it was pretty good for us.
It was pretty good.
Rez was dope.
But Anarchy was like, no, we're not going to follow Jessica until like finally they were like, guys, we have to. And so finally we got
in
them
everybody's
going.
defense, nobody knows what we're doing. Nobody has any idea what we're up to. Like, they maybe want to tank it so that you get 0 points or whatever.
That's exactly. We didn't know like how the points were going to go, whatever. But me and Gio were like, all right, let's just play our hardest, man. We don't know. Like, let's lead it and let's hope Vitality does good on the other side with Juan and Areli. Which shout out to Areli, love you. You know, like, so we did that, and then we did awesome. Like, we beasted. I think we had the highest points. We ended up with first place points after all of that. So, you know, we were on like cloud 9 or whatever. Well, this was the unexpected. We get into the barn, and explain it. I don't even know how to explain how.
So, we got all the captains up there, co-captains as well. We're with you guys. And you had your flag, and you had the flag of the nation that you led. So like you had Anarchy and you had Vitality. Right. And so then Pastor Osway made the announcement that you could either take the points for yourself by lifting up your flag, or you could give the points to the nation that you led, depending on which flag you raised.
And it had to match, right? Like if it didn't match, it went a certain way?
No, it wasn't really matching.
I can't remember.
So
that was in Friend or Foe.
Yeah, if you gave, yes, that's another great story. Yeah. We'll get to that.
That's the good stuff.
But let's say
it was for you.
2 Anarchy flags were up. If 2 Anarchy flags were up, they got the points for both of those.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So this was the confusion. Yes. And we had like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty much like bam, bam. Like,
you
make your
couldn't,
decision.
and you could not talk
No.
to the other, like your ally. You couldn't talk to them, and so, like I say, like we were not sure where our alliance stood. Not like Defiant and Resolute, they were like planning this whole, plot the whole
Y'all
time.
just had to stare at each other's
Yeah,
souls for a
yeah.
second.
They were on it. So like, we were unsure. Like, okay, are they going to lift our flag and we lift their flag? And so
That's how much we.
And it's a big
trust.
decision because
Yeah.
you could walk away
Huge.
with 0.
Exactly, and that was kind of where we were at. Like, Gio looked at me and he was like, dude, but what if we end up with 0 for Vitality? Like, how is our team gonna feel if we do that? And like, but the problem is that Vitality stands for like honesty and integrity and loyalty.
Honesty and
And so
integrity.
we ended up raising
What is
our own
that?
flag,
Whatever.
which means that we took the points.
Yeah.
So we were hoping that Anarchy was
Honesty.
going to raise their flag, and they did
Good
not.
values. you
Yeah,
know?
they raised our flag.
They showed the value.
Yeah, they showed the value. Yeah, we definitely tanked on that one. It did not go as we had planned.
Yeah, so
and
the results.
It went
The
really
results
like they
was
wanted.
Defiant raised Resolutes.
Yeah,
Resolute raised Defiant.
How it should have
You
And
been.
so we
raised
thought-
Vitality.
We raised Vitalities. They raised Vitalities.
So Anarchy is
was
nowhere.
nothing. Right.
Like, and Juan Castro, we see him, he going.
Yes, it was very
and Josue's
confusing.
like, you made your choice, man. Like,
Well,
you
then,
just saw the
I
colors.
felt
you
Like,
guys,
oh, man.
you guys pull out this Bible
I
verse.
bet
Of
that
course.
in that moment you guys were
I
like,
am going nuts in
That
my brain. I'm
is
like, I can't believe it's happening. It's happening.
Wait, yeah, it was crazy. And then, which now that I think about it, why was Anarchy even mad? Because in the end, they got all the points. They shouldn't have even been like mad
Upset.
about it. Had we not made the decision we made, they wouldn't have made it to 3rd place again, if you know what I'm saying. What happened was, it's like, okay, we got all the points, we're in 1st place, have to be whatever. Me and Gio still feel like terrible in our hearts, whatever, because we expected them to take half the points, whatever.
no, they did. You did.
Yeah, Tino!
you did.
Whatever, friend or foe.
It was
So
all
did Anarchy win
And-
the challenge?
And what is
Anarchy
it?
got all the points. Because
Anarchy
they took it
took-
away.
so they
no,
flipped
no,
it
no.
on us.
No, no,
They
no, no,
flipped
no.
it on us.
Wait.
They did.
First, Vitality got all the points.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what, then they flipped it on us and they pulled out the Bible verse, those that are last will be first, first will be last, and all that good junk. And
Wait
so,
a minute. Y'all used the Bible in that
Use
game?
the
Wow,
Bible.
I can't
Yes.
believe
We
it.
got to use it.
That's
That's what
unexpected.
it says.
It ended up flipping
They
it.
flipped it.
Anarchy, like I say, so why'd they get mad, man? They ended up getting all the points.
They
Whatever.
got mad because you backstabbed them.
Whatever, man. We weren't even that great of a
Y'all both could have gotten
Says you. Like,
I mean, but but I wasn't preaching that I was honest and all that stuff. We
No,
never
you're
preached
still-
that. We never preached that.
You're still-
They did.
Whatever.
They preached it through the whole game.
Like I say,
Hey,
worst
hey.
moment of my life.
learn how to
so.
play the game.
I know. Hey, let's not go there.
Hey, something I do have to say about Defiant. Like, I always expected you guys to absolutely just destroy Rez at some point in the game.
Oh,
But we never
didn't.
saw it. Like, I
Nope.
expected just
All the way.
there to be
I
like
love
this
it.
All the
dagger.
way.
Thank you,
I
guys.
love it.
way.
Well, my understanding
Our-
is that
our beef
Chris
was
and Noe
against
were
Vitality.
actually pushing each other to the top
Yes.
so that one could win.
At
Like,
the
that
end,
was how
at the end, it was always going to be
as long
Rez
as
or-
But they
Vitality
had
and
to
Anarchy
have,
didn't
man.
win, they were
Heck yeah.
cool. Like I
Yes.
say, they had a very solid. They
Yes.
went into this with that mentality of alliances.
Yes.
Where me and Juan were just like, "What is that? Like, we're just playing this game, We're just out here running through the woods with children and trying to bring them to Jesus and
So
stuff."
this
But-
was the day that we decided to really solidify the alliances.
Alliances, you did,
Right.
yes.
So we had a game at the end
Well,
of the day.
right after that moment,
Right after.
right after that moment, you're like, all right, now you have to ally with somebody else, and it can't be your alliance. So it was like, no, it can't be Anarchy. Who do I pick from, Rez or Defiant? And I was like, well, give me Defiant, whatever. Sure, why not? What's the difference? So then we end up having, right after that, like literally, we just got slammed. Like there was no break in between.
Emotions are completely great.
No break in between.
You're gasping for air at this point.
Yeah. We are like at our lowest low.
Yes.
Like we are like down. And they're like, all right, you got to go ally with Defiant. And I go up to Chris.
I didn't hear
go to Chino. I knew Chino was going to back. I knew Chino was my friend.
I didn't hear no Gary Perry coming down that hill that day.
Yeah, no.
Tonight.
No.
So let it shine.
But I go up to Chris
No,
and I was like,
Gary
bro,
Dude.
if we play this game, are you truly playing with me? Or are you not?
Oh, he was playing with you.
And he looked me in the eyes.
playing with you.
We
He
wasn't
looked
playing
me
with
in the
them.
eyes and he was like, I got you. I promise. I got you. We're
He
going
did
to
get
win
you
this
pretty
together.
good,
We're
man.
going to
We
play.
played that game
You
hardcore.
played that game hardcore against me.
Like a
No.
Vitality played
Like a
that
violence.
game
No.
so well. You know it, right?
Wait.
No, we didn't.
Listen, listen.
Y'all were
I am
throwing the game.
literally.
We
They-
never threw that game.
Listen, you threw that game so hard,
picked
and it
it
was
up.
2
We
a.m.
never.
in the morning playing
Never.
kickball.
Just so you know, we went into like a 6-hour kickball
6-hour
game.
kickball
It
game.
was for
Dude,
Because
I remember-
listen,
I was
because
sitting there at
Vitality
2 a.m.
was
ready to
so
go,
good
Yeah.
that they were throwing the game the
No,
whole
we
time.
weren't. No,
and
we
we were
weren't.
still kicking tail.
No, we
okay?
weren't. No, we weren't.
But
No, we weren't. We were
But
not
listen,
throwing
you
the
know
game.
how I knew? You know how I
We
knew?
were not
You know the
throwing the
moment
game.
it dawned on me that maybe Chris doesn't have my back is when Cesar is an amazing athlete. Amazing athlete. Literally, he's out in the outfield. He catches the ball and drops it. And meanwhile, while
It was
that's
slippery.
happening,
It was a
It was slippery.
slippery
It
ball.
was
Slippery ball.
meanwhile, while that's
Slippery
happening,
I'm pretty sure it rained.
But literally, while that's happening, Neftali is over here faking a cramp.
What?
Yes!
That guy was
Yes!
cramping.
He was not
That
cramping.
guy needed water.
He was not.
It was all the day.
And
He was
Listen,
injured,
I am
Jessica. Oh my
touching.
God.
It's 2 a.m. This kid is filthy. And me, out of the kindness of my heart, the captain that I was, he's like, oh, my leg. And I was like, oh, bro, let me help you. I'm over here, because I did like sports medicine a little bit. So I'm like, okay, let me help you. I am touching his toes, fam. I am literally like doing this number to his dirty, nasty, muddy foot. Like, I got you, fam. And the whole time Defiant is throwing the game. And then, because we kicked tail and we were amazing, we still were winning. We still won the points. And then guess what? The unexpected.
Yes.
They come out, and then now we have to go back to back, me and Chris.
Wait.
friend or foe.
That's the moment. That's the
That's
moment.
the moment.
Jacob, take us through the rules of this moment.
Okay. The rules of this moment were, because they played as a team, we had to figure out how the points were going to be split. Now, a normal camp would just say, okay, 50-50.
Yeah, kumbaya.
But
You're all
us.
participated.
We go into friend or foe. What friend or foe is the captains go back to back, and then at the same time, we give them a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and they either go a hand up for friend or like a fist for foe. If both choose friend, normal camp, 50-50. Everybody's friends. If both go foe, nobody gets the points. If one goes friend, one goes foe, the foe gets all the points.
And so at this moment,
Please tell
2
me.
a.m.
at this
Please tell
moment,
me.
Tired.
I chose phone.
Let's say what happened
Listen,
before.
listen.
Let's say what happened before. Before the
What
before
happened
the
before?
moment.
What
Before
happened before,
oh,
Chino?
a lot happened in Divine before the moment.
yeah, what happened?
A lot happened.
Chino's
Yes.
Chino's
Yes.
hissing.
So,
and Chris is
well,
here.
yeah,
this
he was
is-
the- he
this
was-
is a-
he was
this
the
is a
Viper
beautiful-
man. He
This
was
is
the
a
Viper.
beautiful moment. This is a beautiful moment because at this point we had a long night. We knew
long day.
Jessica.
It was super
Jessica
long.
was mad as heck. So Chris comes into this circle with me and Sierra. We had like 5-10 seconds to discuss it.
All their
Yeah,
bucket
yeah,
hats.
Between us.
you had nothing.
So at that moment, he says, okay, I'm going friend. And obviously Sierra says, yes, let's go friend. I'm like, bro, if you go friend, that's going to be so disappointing.
Homie really pulled an Adam and Eve right on.
We
right on
have
them,
to
bro.
go.
Adam
She's
and
going.
Eve.
You have to give her the most calmest look in the world, so she knows you're going friend. But you have to put that fist up. You have to put it up.
Yeah.
You have to. And then I didn't know he was gonna do it. I really didn't know he was gonna do it. I
Gino
really
sitting
didn't.
there the whole time.
I
just
really
like,
didn't.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I wanted it to happen so bad. So bad.
Well,
So take it away.
and you have to remember the recap of the day. I was at my lowest low because I had made this decision that went against my integrity already.
Yes.
And
It's
so
beautiful.
I was already wounded. I was already down. And I was like, I can't. And me and Gio looked at each other. We were like, we cannot compromise our integrity again. No matter what Chris does, we're going friend. And we told the team, we were like, guys, it's not worth it. Like, we can't be people that we're not. Like, you guys felt the way we felt earlier. We're not going to feel that way again. So, win or lose, whatever it was,
Sheena over here,
of
an
the fact
absolute
that
menace.
they had thrown the game, regardless of the fact that it was 2 a.m. and we had been rocking this thing all day, we're like, we're going friend.
And we told them before, there's no more twist. Whatever you do, that's the
You
point
said
you
it
get.
because I was probably at my
Oh yeah, you were.
Okay.
You were at your.
I don't know how many of y'all saw this part of this game. And I don't know if you remember it because your head was so crazy anyway. Y'all went back to back. And do you remember Chris reaching back?
Yes.
Chris reached back and grabbed your hands, your arms, and like pulled in like, I got you, bro.
I don't even remember.
Like,
Listen,
I
I
was
just
like-
know that he looked at me and he promised. And like, he had already promised me that he wasn't throwing the game. That was a lie. Like,
We did not throw the game.
Oh, you threw it so hard.
No, we didn't.
They tried.
We didn't try. Yes.
It's
We
all
tried
fine.
to win, but we didn't
You
win.
didn't try to win.
Dude, but
Nothing.
Nephthali's cramp,
Listen,
though, was
the
real.
moment I knew is after the Sesai thing, I look over and I see Chris and Noah make an exchange look. And that was the moment that I was like, you're being an idiot.
And I
Jessica.
can,
No.
I can
This is
say
going down.
from the Resolute side, Noe had it perfectly played out to where like he would still like squeeze in like as many points as he possibly could. It was great because he told me when I went up to kick, he was just like, bro, just bunt it because Defiant's about to do this and then it's
Yeah,
going to
they
be okay.
knew,
And I was
they
like,
knew,
oh,
they
okay. So I bunted it. It was crazy. They were
But-
playing it the whole time.
Anyway, we
And-
raised
and-
the hands.
And that was, hold on, and I was fresh in Vitality. I had just came from the fight. And so in my mind, I was like, dude, we have to go folk. Like, we have to go
didn't have
folk.
our Put that DNA fist up, yet. Jessica.
I'm like, I didn't have that DNA yet. They were over here trying to be nice.
I still
I'm
don't
like,
think
bro,
you
we
have
have
it.
to
I
go
still don't
folk.
think you got it.
I never got it.
You
no.
faked it for a year and that was it.
And so, I mean, I had just came fresh from the fight. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, dude, like, stop being
Yeah, he
so
didn't care.
nice.
Don't be a wimpy.
No,
Primitive.
Go flow, like go flow. I know the fight.
The red
like,
inside
I just
him came
from
out.
that deep. Go flow, and then
It
I was
never
like,
went away,
and then
man.
Go ahead.
And and now looking back, like, whatever, maybe we should have gone faux, but we just couldn't. So we ended up and we talked to the team. Like I said, we talked to the team and it was like, all right, guys, this is what we're gonna do friend no matter what they say. We pumped them up, all that stuff. And like you said, Chris tried to pump me up that he was with me, and then he backstabbed me hardcore.
Dude, it was
so-
the craziest thing because I
It was
just
so-
remember.
at
I
that
remember the
moment-
uproar in the camp.
at
Like it was
that
2 in the
moment-
morning, and everyone
Oh
was
my
hype
gosh.
about it because like
At
everyone was
that
like,
moment,
no
like, can
freaking
you
way.
describe how the energy was at that? Because I was in
like
it and I couldn't.
It was like an unbelievable moment. Like everybody was it was like you were watching a TV show and you're like, oh
Well, I remember
my
like
Yeah, that
well
was
the
like
field
the
the field went
cliffhanger.
silent
Yeah.
for a second because everyone was just like, no way, bro, because Chris was just standing there like, yeah, and we were like,
Oh
no,
man,
no.
I was hype at that moment. I was like,
Well, of course
Let's
you were,
do
but I
it.
mean, like,
yes, he
And I
did
don't
it.
think Vitality, honestly, like, we couldn't have gotten any lower. We just took the hit and we were like, all right, whatever. Let's go home. Let's go shower. Let's go shower. Tomorrow's a new day.
It was a devastating
they were
blow
kicking
to
rocks.
Oh,
playing
yeah,
good.
that's
Yeah,
it.
and I always tried to keep, like, as a captain, like, no matter if we lost a game, won a game. I mean, you heard about years past. We sucked at some games. We were great at some games. And I always tried to keep, like, a strong
spirit.
face or high spirit. Guys, come on, it's okay. I let my whole team walk off, go shower, and I was the last one off that field. Like,
And,
hardcore.
and
From that
year,
moment
that
on-
year, the thing is that what Vitality had always done, it was they were either always first, fourth in games. That year we were consistent in
we were
first,
so
second,
we
first,
were
second.
so good, yeah.
But it was always like these unexpected
That one
things.
Yeah,
day-
had the unexpected
that one
twist
day-
not happened,
Yeah,
we were
crushed
pretty
it.
high
Would've
up there.
We would've
But
won.
it slammed us because we did win the Bible debate. Kathy was the debate queen. She killed it again. And so we had the point. Like, had
but
we,
it was right behind her though. Abril was.
Oh yeah,
Abril-
always.
Abril.
They were always
Oof.
Abril and
Abril
Kathy were the
was-
debate queens.
Abril was a
But
good
I mean, like,
matchup.
had not the unexpected happen, my game was pretty solid. Like we were a
Hey, but it
solid
was a year of
team.
unexpected.
But it was a year of the unexpected. So, and I didn't go into that mentality. Like I didn't go into that game with that level of game. Like I was playing preschool.
Well, and that year more than ever taught me a lot of leadership lessons, and I hope it did for you guys as well, because we don't ever have all of the information. Sometimes you just got to make a decision on what information you've got, and like if we ended the flag thing right where it was, y'all would have made out like champs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But there was a piece of information that you didn't know, and that's what got you.
Well, and to not compromise integrity. Like, I think that's one of the biggest lessons that we learned was, like, you have to stay true to who you are. Like, you can't, because no matter if you win the game, like, you're going to feel like trash.
Well, and even
if you
that,
betrayed people and, you know, not Chino, obviously, because,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
It proves to you, though, that the people that are behind you got your back, even if you make a wrong decision.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
leaders are going to make wrong decisions.
Yep.
No matter who you follow, they're going to end up making a wrong decision on information they thought they had, or maybe they didn't have all of it. So Vitality proved that in the 16-hour kickball game that we had, where they were pretty much playing 3 teams on one, and
sure.
we're still getting there.
Yeah,
They
for
weren't.
sure.
They were playing 2 teams
Yeah,
versus 2 teams.
you know, whatever.
Right.
No, and I just want you guys to know, like, we've all healed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We didn't talk for maybe a week.
A year. What a week? You didn't speak to me for like a year,
No, I
Chris.
talked to you.
Me and Chris were on your like blacklist for like a year and a half.
I will admit,
I remember the next.
me and Chris didn't talk for a minute, okay? We didn't talk for a
That
minute,
did have
but
to
we're
be the
healed. We're
hardest
healed.
year to let it go. It
Yeah.
had
Oh,
to
yeah.
have been for
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys.
It was
because-
tough. Well,
It
and
wasn't
it's-
for us.
So like you say, you learn a lot of stuff about your leadership style and about who you are. And we kind of had to learn about like who we were as people and how we dealt with stuff like this and healing and how you take the loss and how you take the betrayal or how you take the whatever. And so I definitely learned a lot about my personality that year, about how I handle situations under stress. And it really taught me a lot, like 100%. Like the next year, the new era, I was a totally different person. My head was ready, but yeah,
well,
the year
and
unexpected.
you came back. I mean, that says a lot
That was
Yeah.
about
surprising.
you as well, because
Yeah.
it was like,
The next year was
no
trash
joke,
for
we
me.
crushed them. Like with our tricks and unexpected things,
Yeah.
like Vitality was probably at their lowest point I've ever seen. And then they
It
built right back
was
up.
really everybody, man. Like
Yeah.
all the at least at the leadership position, we were all like.
Well, and it's because, like I
they gotta
said,
be
like
done.
personality wise, like I learned that I take stuff personally. And I shouldn't have taken that personally. It was just a game. And I know who Chino is. I know who Chris is. I know who Noah is. Like, I know who they are as people. We're ministry. We're fam, you know? But I had to learn, like, man, you can't take that stuff personally. Like, this is just a game. And more importantly, we were there for the youth to come closer to God. And they did that. So who cares about whether, I won a kickball game or not,
So
we
I
had
do
to learn
think
a lot of
that's
that.
a great note to end the year of the unexpected on, because there were so many awesome
Who
moments.
won
but-
the year of
Wait, wait.
unexpected?
Oh,
Who won?
who won it? Yes.
The backstabbers, of
Yes.
course. No.
Okay, with all that work, did Res at least get second?
Yes.
Did it
Yes.
pay
Yes,
off?
they did.
You guys are backstabbers, man.
Yeah, Rez
They
did
did.
get second. Anarchy
did.
got third, of course. And then, which we don't have an Anarchy representative.
I
here.
know, right?
It's sad,
We
it's
got
sad.
yellow.
Yeah, we got a lot of yellow.
They'll be in our third episode.
And Vitality got fourth. So
Yeah.
It was a good year. It was a
fourth
good-
first,
It was a
fourth.
fantastic year.
It was.
We'll
It
end
was
with that.
for me. It was one of the best. Not because we won. It was just the mindset. After we finished the game, I remember asking. I don't know if it was your pastor or so, about like, dude, you guys like literally went into like another stage of game design.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that doesn't
for sure.
just come up like.
No.
Oh no, that
There.
was
You
months.
know?
That was probably the most we've ever planned. I think that was upwards of 6-8 months of planning.
No, and before we cut, I have to say, so this is like a counseling session. I feel like you guys are all my therapists, but we were so traumatized by the year of the unexpected. me and Carlos were married. You know, we had already been married for a year or so. And the camp is over. We've been home for like 2 days. And we were so traumatized by everything that happened unexpectedly, like having to wake up in the middle of the night, having to do an ice bath, having to do an overchill. Like we were so that literally we're asleep, and then all of a sudden Carlos wakes up and he's like, "It's okay, I have you," and I'm like, "Okay, you got me, and then like we calm down, and after like a minute, we just it's like 2 a.m. We just bust out laughing because we thought we were in a game. Like, he had a nightmare or something about insane, and then I woke up just going with it. I was like, ah! like there's people that do like the car videos where like they scream to the transfer trucks. Like it was very traumatizing. It was great. Like, we're all better now.
So all that to say this, if you're playing this year, more than likely your leader's going to make a bad decision, but then you have the decision to make if you're going to follow them and back them up. Same with the leaders. Your people are going to let you down in some way. There's going to be somebody that you thought was going to be a beast that ended up missing a step because he didn't have all the information. So this year, don't make any mistakes that you're going to regret by not following who you are, who your heart tells you are. So that's going to end that one. I wanted to end it on a little bit serious since we went all the way crazy on this one. So join us next time. I think next time is 6, right?
16s.
New era. So
16.
join us next time.
We should have our lead. We have to have our lead.
I'm
See, they're already excited. You got to join us next time.
Sign up
See
for
you.
Insane.
That ever insane?
Sign up.